Oh, come on, seriously?
Oh, yes! JB, Grandpa is here! Let's go! Coming, Grandpa! 5 more minutes, and my phone is full.
What's the matter, son?
It's this phone. It charged up quickly to 80%, and now it's only charging very slowly.
Son, this is simply manipulation in algebra. Engineers want to maximize the power to charge your phone fast, but there's a catch: too much heat kelts your battery. To fix this, engineers have to manipulate the equation. By rearranging the formula, engineers can increase the pressure while keeping the flow low enough to keep your phone cool. Don't worry about the phone, son. Actually, let's use this time as it's charging up to do some manipulations in algebra. But before we do that, please like and subscribe to my channel, where I share real-life applications of the things you learn in class.
Everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to be doing more of exam practice questions in IGCSE Math 0580 code, and we are going to be doing more of the second topic and the syllabus, which is algebra and graphs. So algebra and graphs have about 13 subtopics inside it, and here I have captured from 1 up to 5, which is the first one is basically the introduction to algebra. The second one is the algebraic manipulation. The third is algebraic fractions. The fourth is indices, and the fifth is equations. So all of these, the chosen 5 or 4 basically things. The first is introduction, interconnected and related, while being solved. So I'm going to be doing exam practice questions, how questions come, and basically I selected these questions exactly from the extended content. That's why you see E2.1, E2.2. E is representing extended, so even if you're going to do a core paper or extended, you can practice through, and then you apply knowledge in whichever paper that you're going to do. So in the introduction, 2.1, which is introduction to algebra. So when you think of algebra in math, just know you're going to be dealing with numbers that have y, that have x, that have a, that have b. So we're going to be dealing with lots of numbers represented in form of x, in form of y, in form of a, in form of b, in form of c, in form of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we're going to be playing around such numbers to see how to get to it, whatever thing they're going to be asking us to get. So in the introduction, there is nothing much, just to know what you're going to be playing around with to get what the questions will be interested in. So immediately, let's go to 2.2, which is algebraic manipulation. And we're having a few examples here, starting from the first one. Part A of the first one says expand and simplify. So under manipulation, we are really going to be manipulating expressions, basically through expansion, through factorizing completely, and applying a few knowledge of things that you already might have idea about. So starting with the first one, it says expand and simplify. The first one says expand and simplify 7 into x plus 2 plus 4 into 3x minus 5. So when you think about expanding, it means you are going to remove these brackets. If you remember BODMAS, bracket, if you remember BODMAS, so we always start with bracket. And when we are removing off the brackets, we always multiply, which is of. So of means multiplication. So going to be opening this bracket, but whichever 7 meets in, it's going to multiply with it. Whichever 4 meets in the brackets, it's going to multiply with it. So this means I'm going to multiply 7 times x, which is 7x, plus 7 times 2, which is 14, plus, let's go to the next bracket, 4 times 3, which is 12x, minus 4 times 5, which is 20. At this level, you always collect like terms, which will be those with x alone. This is 7x plus 12x, then plus those without x alone, which is 14 minus 20, which gives us 12 plus 7, that's 19x. 19x plus 14 minus 20, that's a negative 6, meaning our final answer is 19x minus 6. All right. That's all. Basically, in the first number, we just need to do move, multiplying whichever the number outside the brackets meets with what is inside the brackets. And part B of our first number, still it is expanding and simplifying, meaning we have to reach the final point. We wouldn't leave it at this stage where having two expressions having x and two expressions that are constants. We have to continue up to the final stage. The second number, which is part B, says we are expanding and simplifying 3x minus y, or 3x minus y, into brackets 5x plus 2y. Okay, so before we had a value outside multiplying with what is inside. Like here we had a 7 multiplying with everything, and then here I had a 4 multiplying with everything inside here. But for this case, we're having two brackets directly. So this is still very easy. We can even first make it appear to be in form of the first one, or we can just dive into it directly. So basically it means we're going to multiply this bracket with that bracket, whereby each number in the first bracket multiplies with both of those ones in the second. So you can even first simplify it like 3x multiplying with whichever is in the second bracket, which is 5x plus 2y. Then minus this first y in the bracket. Remember, it is a negative, so that's why I'm saying minus, into bracket 5x plus 2y. And then this appears exactly with what we started with, one number outside and two numbers inside. So this would be 3x times 5x. So 3 times 5 is 15. X times x is x squared plus 2 times 3 and 6. Then x and y. Since this is a minus, you can even begin with it. 5 times 5x times y, that's 5xy. Then minus 2y squared. At this point, we can collect like terms. There is 1x squared, so it can remain as 15x squared, 1y squared. So you can even bring the y squared here. And then 6xy minus 5xy, which is like 6 minus 5, which is 1xy, which you can write it as xy. And this could be our final answer of our expanding and simplifying. Yeah. So basically it's multiplying whichever thing is outside with whichever thing is inside. You can be doing with me. As I'm solving here, you are solving there.